What is good, everybody, and welcome back to Team COG here. And today, guys, I'm coming at you guys with a post-commentary video from YCS Bologna that happened this weekend. I was at work, woke up early, saw that there was a Generaider in the feature match, and we had to jump on and watch the match live and talk about it. So I've yet to watch this. I don't know anything about it. I just know that Generaider Runick is a very slept-on, unexplored strategy, and it's so interesting to see that it's currently, at the time of this video, 7 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses. So, I mean, like, that's insane. The deck is literally slept on, unexplored, so I really cannot wait to dive in and see what Purrely here is doing with it. And we get to see what it does, which is going to be so cool. So please remember, if you guys enjoy this type of content, enjoy these videos, give me a like, comment down below. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and check out my undefeated Runick Generaider profile, which I will have combo videos and like some test ends coming up for you guys, just so you guys like understand the grasp of the concept, because I know there's some confusion with the deck considering, you know, there's 2 main field spells, but we're going to get to see here, I hope, what the Runick and Generators do. They're lore friendly, which is awesome. Maybe you guys are just now hopping onto this because like you saw this and you're hyped for Runick Generator stuff like that, but they are lore friendly. There's some cards that do have some specific ties to them that relate to each other. But anyway, let's just go ahead and go on over here and jump on into it. So I have this at double playback speed because I'm not trying to keep you guys too long. So we're going to start out with the Purrely player playing Purrely Sleepy Memory, discarding Purrely Happy Memory, and then we're summoning the black Purrely, which I'm not super familiar with the Purrelys to the point. I've played against the deck. I know what Noir does. I know there are some extra deck monsters I have yet to be seen here, and we're going to see the Purrely player just kind of combo off Purrely Spright, to say the least here. So I think, if I remember correct, there's a lot of rank 2 Purrelys, right? So like that's what kind of gives it the synergy here. So he's going to reveal 3, shuffle, and 1 randomly gets added to their hand. So that one gets added there. Are those dice like Nami official dice? I wonder if we're going to get those eventually. We're going to see Street, I believe, be activated. We're going to activate the Baby Noir to go into the Little Noir. And then we're going to see a special summon of Spright Jet. It took me a second to remember which one that one was. Spright Jet. I had to turn my head and read it sideways. Spright Jet, Spright Starter. It's been a long time since I've seen Spright. Like, Spright has literally in my local area completely died. Summoning out a Spright Blue. Spright Blue will be able to grab my Spright monster, which I assume is going to be Carrot or Red, or yeah, Red or Carrot. We're going to special summon Spright Red, I believe. Go into Spright Sprint, which we all know Sprint. Sprint's pretty cool. Like, it's a detach, right? Like if you detach, but it's going to send the Silent Angler. Angler's going to be able to summon out the Beavers, and then he's going to probably go over into Gigantic and summon from the deck the Carrot, so when you have a monster negate and stuff. And Noir Purrely over there is pretty interesting too. Honestly, like, this deck's terrified me before, and then, like, I actually got to play with it, and I was like, I'm not that scared of it. So, like, I really, honestly, the deck is kind of, to me, a Noir bust strategy. If you don't make Noir, you aren't winning, so, just in my opinion, of course. But, I mean, the man is 7 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses as well. We're going to get to see a lot of the Purrely Sleepy Memory. I believe that's the draw card, if I remember correctly. And then he gets to attach another card to it, another Purrely card, so it's pretty crazy. But we're going to see a draw. Nope, he's just asking a question. See Runick tip in his hand, and we see a lot of Runick cards, which is okay. Runick cards are okay, especially going second. That's what makes like the Runick strategy, the Runick Generator strategy so difficult, is like they're really good cards going second, but it kind of sucks that you can't activate them from your hand unless you have like Fountain on field. But we're going to see Runick tip be activated. That's going to either add him... Oh, he's going to activate the Purrely. That's what that is. That's going to allow him to rank up into Noir, if I remember correctly. But he can actually do some crazy thing. He's going to chain the flashing... see, these ones always... I even play the damn deck. This is going to be, I believe... It's not Freezing Curses. It's not Destruction. It's Flashing Fire. And then we're going to see a chain of Droplets. Droplets being chained to that, sending out Tip and the Flashing Fire. Because remember, right, you play Flashing Fire, you play the Freezing Curse, and the Destruction. So we're going to see Noir get ranked up here. And it's going to have, technically, I believe, 2 spins. I think you have to detach 2 to spin, which is actually pretty insane. But he's going to send 2 cards, go ahead and hit, I believe, the Carrot and the IP. He doesn't hit Sprint, and I believe Sprint has ability if a card is detached. But, of course, we're going to go ahead and see Runick Fountain get added. Runick Fountain, so this is exactly, guys, this is what's insane, is Runick Fountain is just literally a draw card. That is all that it's used for in the strategy. If you open a really bad hand, like, you can hold the Fountain, and you're able to recycle the Fountain with one of the Wolves in the extra deck. But this is we're going to see some cool stuff happen now. If he has one more Runick card to fire off, then he's going to normal summon Lopter. Lopter is one of the best normal summon, is the best normal summon in the deck, arguably. I would sometimes tell you that maybe like Diviner is a better normal summon, because Diviner gets you to Baron, but like Lopter is like second. But Lopter is also another Generator name, so it's like also really good. It's also quick effect tribute, which is actually kind of crazy, but he's going to play into, he's going to summon Mardell. Mardell's going to be able to add him any generator card, so this should probably get him either Vala or the field, so it depends what's in his hand. Normally, if you open like one of the 4 generators you don't want to see, you go for Vala, so like you're able to discard it. But also something to note is the fact that he was able to banish a lot of cards from the Purrely player's deck because of the Runick stuff, which actually comes up. There's Monstrosity right there. He has Vala in hand. Okay, so that's actually kind of crazy. So he has Vala. That's oh, Vala's such a good card here, but he needs to get a Generaider name in his hand to fire off Vala. So he's going to add Hela. Hela's the Monster Reborn. And I think that nothing here. Since he fired off the Runick stuff, he cannot out the board through battle, which is okay because Generaider will be able to out the board through like different means, like monster effects and stuff like that. So he's going to activate Vala, pitching for cost to summon out Hela. Vala's effect on summon lets him reborn out the Hela. And this is what's really interesting is the fact that if Hela touches down, he's going to be able to chain a few things. But right now, I believe Noir is unaffected, so he has to get Noir to like a certain amount of materials. So he's going to detach here, and then he's going to detach 2. He's going to attempt to spin. So now, if he has just one more Runick card in his hand, he actually is... It's insane, actually. So he's going to attempt to shuffle back the Lopter, which is a really good call, because Lopter can also... Lopter's pretty good. So he's going to shuffle back Lopter and bounce back the... Mardell. Okay. So the summon's going to go through. He's going to get Hela, and this is where things might get kind of crazy here. So he's going to fire off the Noir, but he's going to chain freeze and curses. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is so good. So good. So he's firing off freezing curses. It's going to negate the Noir. He's going to banish cards. And then he's going to get to draw 3. Draw 3 off of the Runick fountain. Oh man, that's crazy. That feels so good. I was thinking that maybe he could go into Slefnir. So we saw these Runick cards get activated, but we didn't get to see him like be used for like one of their cooler things, which is I think is summoning Slefnir. Slefnir is like one of the coolest cards like you could actually do. But there's the wolf in his extra deck. See, I need to get that. But he's going to make the Leviathan. I grabbed the wrong wolf if you guys haven't seen like any of my videos. I picked up the wrong wolf. But so the rank 4 wolf is what's going to allow him to like activate over top of it. If he drew into or he has boss stage, he can go boss stage. Then like later on, he can activate the wolf or activate a Runick spell, get the wolf. Wolf will grab back the fountain. So it gives you more draw. He must have drew into boss stage. Wow. And that's an evenly match I see in his hand. I think I saw Trius too, which Trius isn't awful because Trius works well with the tokens, but evenly match. There was a remote regional top, and he actually topped playing evenlies. I'm not a big fan of evenlies, so I'm not playing evenlies, but I do see the logic in it. You want a good going second card. But he's going to activate Leviathan Tribune itself to then attach cards from the graveyard or field to Jormungandr, and then he's going to be able to do some cool things here. He's got to start outing the board in a way, and I'm trying to think. So if he can fire off Jormungandr and summon from the deck, which would actually be pretty cool, but he needs to find some way to... Like I said, he needs to find some way to get into clearing, I think, a little bit more cards. So he draws for turn. I think he drew into another Runick card, actually. And then each player has to attach a card to either from field or hand to it. So he's going to attach the other Purrely. Boss stage is going to trigger, and boss stage is going to be able to summon from the deck. Do you summon Har? So he summons Har. Odin touches down. The Allfather, the boss of storms, decides to grace us with its appearance. Now that means he's going to be able to potentially fire off... So he's going to fire off Destruction. Yeah, okay, good. So that means his first Runick Destruction, it must have been Flashing Fire to hit a spell or trap. And then, of course, yeah, so, wow, that's insane. Draw phase, the field spell is going to summon Lopter. So something to note here about, like, he's getting the tokens here, but, like, let's say they ash the field spell, right? You don't get to summon from the deck, but if you have Lopter out, Lopter can trigger this field spell during the opponent's turn. Because he's a quick effect tribute to summon a generator from the deck, and boss stage says as long as you summon a generator on your opponent's turn, you get all those tokens. But Jormungandr is actually 3,000 attack right now. He has a quick effect tag out with Lopar, and he has the ability to negate something with Har. So we're going to go in here, and he's going to decide to tribute off the Jormungandr, which is okay. Like, this is actually, he's fine. So yeah, the Goddess of the Underworld can be kind of scary, but it can only be destroyed, or it can only be targeted. Like, it can only be destroyed by cards that target it. Well, we have something called Utgardna, and that card is, I believe, lore-wise, it's Loki in the form of a castle, and it just literally tributes stuff and gets rid of it. But right now, what also Lopter is doing is Lopter is giving every generator 1,000 attack and defense, which is, I believe, a defense, but giving him a huge 1,000 attack boost. And he's going to summon out Utgardna, which, go figure, then he's pretty insane. He's going to attempt to activate this Purrely Banishing Leap, and he's already checking his banish. So this is where you can, the Runick stuff, outside of summon Sleipnir, the banishing can come up, because you start banishing targets, one of targets for like combos and stuff like that. It can kind of catch your opponent in a very rough scenario. So he's going to attempt to shuffle in 3. And man, these tokens are pretty, like, it's just kind of crazy. So technically speaking, he has a banish and a negate. So I believe right here on summon, he gets to add a card from his deck to his hand. So right here, this should trigger Har, and then he ends up freezing curses the new Har. But Har should have been able to activate there when it added, and then forced him to send the card, either a monster card from hand or field, to the graveyard. So that shouldn't have happened. Sometimes people forget that Har has that ability, but we're gonna wrap it up. That's actually pretty crazy. And they're gonna go into number 2. Huge shout out to the broadcasters and everything like that, the representatives who are doing it. So let's go ahead and jump on into that all-important game number 2. Okay, we go into game number 2, which I assume we're going to see Purrely go first. Just because why? Because like that's what the deck wants to do. Why would you let why would you like this? Well, given he probably doesn't know Lilith, the Purrely player, he's letting Generators go first, so he don't know it, but he's about to get hand ripped. He's about to rip this man full of hands. He looks at his boss stage in a trap. He's going to have Lopter. Oh, he's met with Droll. That's okay. So he has boss stage already, which is really good, which means this is going to be like a hand rip for 2 because the opponent decided to Droll him. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. This man's probably like, yeah, you go first, you know? So he's going to go ahead and rip him for 1 card. He hits Driver. Wow, that's kind of unlucky out of all the cards to hit. Let's see here. He's going to go ahead and activate boss stage. He has Imperm and I think one of the Flashing Fires. He's going to Tribute, use low power already to Tribute to go into Hela. Oh yeah, so this is actually pretty cool. He's going to be able to bring back do some crazy stuff here with keeping Hela on the field. Draw phase, the opponent's draw phase, excuse me, he's going to get to trigger boss stage, summon out, of course, Har, and then going to summon 3 tokens. Again, the boss of storms, the Allfather, gets to join us and bless us here. So I mean, I guess technically, I don't know if I would have gone for Blaf. Now hindsight's 2020, right? You see what he hit. He hit the Driver, so it's like, was Blafnir worth it? He could have just made Leviathan and called it good, but like, I guess I understand. Like, they've already hit you with Droll, you already have everything you need, so it's okay for you to go ahead and rip 1 more card out of their hand. Gives them 1 resource to work with, because like, you get to interact with technically 2 of their cards, right? In the form of Har being able to negate something, and Ugarna being able to banish or destroy something. And then on top of that, you're going to be able to, if they add anything from deck to hand, Har's effect should trigger. Hopefully he remembers. So technically, you're going to be able to solve like 3 disruptions. He should have like 3 cards in hand. So that's going to be the, okay. So it's going to be the Flashing Fire. He's going to end up chaining to that, and then he's going to use Har's effect to negate it. And he can still, like even now, Hela contribute itself, summon out Lopter, and then Lopter can go into Ugarna. Normal summon of the black Purrely here, and Hela's gonna trigger, summoning Vala. Oh my goodness, and Vala can just bring back the Lopter. Lopter's effect will tribute the Vala to go ahead and summon out Utgarna. Utgarna is gonna be able to tribute itself and the Lopter, because I assume you'd want Hela to stay on the field, and he's gonna wrap it up and give it to him there. Oh my gosh. So that's right, like you didn't even see a Runick card. That was actually perfect right there. Game 1, you saw the Runick cards putting in work, going second. Given, I'd have loved to have seen a Sleipnir touchdown. I think that's one of my favorite cards. And then you get to see just the Generator stuff just totally do insane things. Truly insane things. I'm trying to think, like, even worst case scenario of what happens, like if he didn't have Lopter, he could have gone like Mardell into boss stage if he didn't open boss stage, right? Or Mardell could have grabbed, like it's kind of crazy. As soon as he's let him go first, and I saw Vala pitch Mardell, I was like, this man's gonna get ripped for 2 cards. But sweet. Well, remember guys, stay tuned for more Generator Runick content. If you guys enjoy content like this, go down below, comment down below what you guys were excited for. If you attended YCS Bologna, let me know how your experience was. And without further ado, guys, this is Charles from Team COG signing out.